Hello and welcome to Game and Gain. My name is Muzz and we're back with more Football Manager 2020. Going to show you what's been happening in the season so far. We are just about to hit the January transfer window, so I thought this would be a good place for the video. Straight off the bat, we are still first in the league, as you can see, with a considerable points margin over Bolton, who are no longer highlighted, which means they are no longer managed by Luke. I'll talk more about them in the future of the video. But as you can see, Ashley Fletcher seems to be paying back the 3.3 million very slowly. He had a bit of a rough patch, but he seems to be providing the goods now. I think he's the top goal scorer in the league. Then we'll get Gooch, who is becoming has broken the record for the most assists in a Sky Bet League 1 season. So that's very, very good. Definitely been the kind of standout player in the team, certainly offensively. But if we just look at what's been going on, you'll see very, very positive since that Oxford game, which I still don't know how we lost. We went on a very, very good win streak. In fact, we've not lost in the league. That's key. We've not lost in the league since that Oxford game. This was a big game. Me and Luke played, and as you can see, I won 6-0. That may seem like a drubbing, but Luke got a player sent off in the 25th minute, so and I was already 1-0 up, so it was pretty much one-way traffic after that. But yeah, performing as I expected. Then we come to Hull. Now, if you remember, Hull knocked us out of the Carabao Cup. We then beat them in the league. We drew with them away, which was a good result, or it would have been if they hadn't scored in the 83rd minute. And then we get put out of the FA Cup of Hull. So, cup runs, unless I win the Leeson trophy, non-existent this season for Sunderland. Hull are my bogey team, clearly. Hull and cup teams, I hope I never get drawn against Hull again in this server, because they just seem to be my bogey team. But as you can see, other notable victories where I beat my old team Portsmouth 2-0. Again, fairly comfortable there. The squad is looking good. I am starting to think about next season, because kind of in the position that Liverpool's in. Obviously, they're doing a lot better in real life, but pretty much got the league wrapped up at this point. As you can see, Gooch has been our highest performer. Josh Cullen has been immense in the middle of the park. Great box-to-box midfielder. Stephen Kingsley at left back has been providing some assists and great defensive performances. Josh Knight has been immense at the back for us. Very, very impressed with his abilities. Now, there are a few that I am starting to look at getting rid of, and I will potentially tell you about them now if we can go back to position. I think the left-hand side of midfield has to be strengthened. Shane Long is unfortunately unhappy just due to I can't give him game time. Ashley Fletcher is the main man. Will Griggs, just waiting for his contract to run out. Barry Mackay, I mean, you look at his rating, he's not really done it this season. Same with Amiobi, so I'm looking to move one of those players on. Probably Amiobi, because he's a bit older, along with Shane Long. Martinelli has not featured a lot. I feel bad, but I honestly don't like getting loan players, especially when I've got players that could develop. So he's been kind of a waste. Antonucci's been doing what he does best, kind of getting in the box, scoring some goals and getting some assists. Who else? no other real notable things in the squad to discuss. I will be hopefully buying a few more in the January transfer window. But yeah, league's going well, can't really complain. Now, let's look at what has happened to the other two. We'll start with Stuart. So I was under the impression that Stuart was doing very well. I hadn't heard anything, hadn't seen anything, but he was previously in the playoff positions the last time I looked. He is now 13th. And I'll tell you why. I believe, if I can recall, he had an 8-game losing streak. Let's just see this. So as you can see, good early start. A bit inconsistent, found a good run of form, and then the defeat at home to Bristol City just seems to have been a capitulation from Blackpool. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 game, 9 game not undefeated, not winning a game, and then the 10th game he finally won. So bit of a mare for Stuart, but as you can see, this is highlighted. Luke has taken the job on as the West Brom manager. He inherits a fairly decent squad. There was one player who I was very interested in and was honestly looking at buying for the right hand side, and unfortunately I think Luke will keep him, which is understandable. He's a good quality player, a lot of pace. I mean, look at that pace, 18. Very, very good outlet on the left there. So I don't think I'll be getting Oliver Burke, but hopefully I can find someone to replace him. They are currently in 7th. So Luke actually got this job a game ago. He's already won against Blackburn, who are in the relegation zone. But as you can see, he's a point off the playoffs and only 7 off second place. So we'll be interested to see if he can get into the playoffs and maybe even sneak into second place. But that's all really to discuss. If there's any notable transfers in January, I may make a video after the window, but it looks like I am going to be joining Stuart in the Championship. Whether Luke gets out of the playoffs or not is to be seen, but we'll see. So if you liked the video, share it, like it, and any thoughts, comments, general hostile remarks, leave them below. Thank you very much.